Well, hello there. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Argumentation, RCT 2060 or Honors 2060. Welcome to the class. I'm Dr. Steviano, and this initial video is kind of going to get you, I think, into the way of thinking and the approach to the course. Argumentation is a strange thing. It's not a discipline in of itself, but it's something a lot of different disciplines study. Everybody from people who do psychology study it, people who do linguistics study it. Myself, I'm a rhetorician. We study it. Philosophers study it. And it might surprise you to learn that cognitive evolutionary psychologists and people studying artificial intelligence, making artificial intelligence systems, and machine learning study argumentation, as well as people interested in the law, practitioners and scholars of the law also study argumentation. So there's a lot to look at, but I thought I might make an initial video just to kind of talk about some of the things about the class and some of those things before we get into the more hard, heavy hitting kind of stuff. So let's take a look at the syllabus here just for a second. I know that's like pretty boring, maybe not the most exciting content out there, but the syllabus has a lot of different readings, a lot of different stuff to look at. But I wanted to point out that at the end of each unit, you have to do an assignment where you sort of engage the texts. And those dates are in Canvas. You can go and look at those dates. But what I'm looking for is your read of those readings and your interpretation of it. So you can put them against each other and kind of comment on them. What do they make you think or feel or believe? Which one do you think is best? Or maybe one particular essay seized control of your mind and won't let it go, and you have to talk about it in some way. So you write a paper about that and focus on that. Or you could take some of the readings and apply them to an issue going on in the world that interests you. A controversy of some kind, an issue of some kind. And look at the arguments and say, here's what I'm seeing these arguments are doing, or bad or good, or this kind of thing. So that's what I want you to do with the readings. And you can either write a paper, you record a video like I'm recording this one, or you could record an audio response and upload that to Canvas for your grade. But that's the technical part of it. What I really want you to do is come up with your own understanding of what argument is, and that can be its definition, what it does, how it functions, and its value in society, its role and importance in society. Or you might conclude that argumentation isn't valuable for society. We'd be better off without it. Lord knows many people have made this argument over the course of human civilization. I think that with the recent political stuff going on, there's definitely a lot of people who feel that way. So for this, we're supposed to look at some readings for the first unit. I think I might do that. Maybe another time. Let me have a look at which ones I had in Unit 1, because we can look at it. Oh, yeah, there's some interesting stuff in here. I'm going to make a more comprehensive one, but the Harper's letter and the William Davies piece are both examples of where we are in argument today. And they might be really good examples for you to do your first assignment about. So you could take those two pieces and take a look at Tyndale's theory of rhetorical argumentation, Chapter 1, how he sets it up, and look at Wayne Abrocarides' idea of argument's definition, and Wenzel's understanding of the argument has three definitions. I think I might have to make 2 or 3 videos of that by itself, but this first video is to kind of think about what argumentation might be. So here's an exercise for you to do, and I'd love to get your responses in Discord to this. Which would you rather be in? Argument, debate, discussion, dialogue. Which of these is the superior option? Which one would you rather be in? It doesn't matter the issue. It doesn't really matter who it's with. Which one do you think is best? And as you're thinking about that, I want you to think about the correct answer to this question. Now, if this question comes from a significant other, wife, husband, partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, any romantic partner. It doesn't really matter. There's a right answer to this question, right? So think about that. And I want you to think about which one of these four you think is superior. And I think by thinking about which one is superior, differences in these four terms start to emerge, don't they? What are the differences between these terms? How do these terms differ? Well, I don't know what you might say, but for argument, that's kind of the big spoiler. That's the whole class. So maybe we'll do that one last. What's unique about a debate? What stands out about a debate? What makes a debate different than these other forms? Well, usually in a debate, you have directly opposing sides. You have things like time limits, a fixed topic, and some kind of judge, moderator, or audience. And in a debate, often the way to think about a debate is that the debaters are not trying to persuade each other, but they're trying to persuade and reach the audience or the judge that they're right and that their policy or their option needs to be resolved. Debate is often thought of as non-constructive and bad for society. It's sort of been co-opted by the debate bros, the intellectual dark web kind of people. You see these people are like the Debate Me YouTube videos. This is not a good model of debate. Debate is not a 1v1 prove me wrong. That's the worst possible model of any of these discursive forms you could have. But it certainly does make a good entertaining video. It gets a lot of views. A well-done debate is a topic set in advance by agreement on an issue that has incommensurable yet high-quality options that you could pursue. There's several things we could do, and a debate helps us clarify which one we might think is best at the time. It doesn't get us to the right answer. It doesn't. Some people argue that debate helps us make better decisions. That's probably the most famous line of debate that we're continuing to extend in the 1960s, and I don't understand why. But this is in my debate class, so I could go on and on and on about this, but we're not going to do that. You have to take the debate class to get that stuff. Okay, what's a discussion? Discussion is a multiple perspectives, many views, turn-taking, no opposition, or little direct opposition. I think that's kind of a fair way to think about a discussion. Also, discussion really doesn't have like an ending point or much of a point at all. It just kind of meanders around. And we kind of like that. What's a dialogue? A dialogue is a little bit more focused. But how does a dialogue differ? A dialogue is focused on a topic. It involves exchange, back and forth. Sort of like debate. It has the aim of sort of reaching some kind of new level, new understanding or perspective. For example, right now there are a lot of dialogues being proposed and being hosted about Black Lives Matter and police violence and things like that are being advertised as dialogues. We're going to engage these ideas in order to advance thought or understanding, as opposed to the way that debate is traditionally thought about, which is zero sum, which means there's a winner and a loser. Oh yeah, big loser. No, I'm just kidding. Debate is often framed in terms of a zero sum game. Has to be a winner, has to be a loser. There are exceptions to that, like the presidential debates, where you're never called upon to make a decision until election day. And then the connection between the presidential debate and that voting decision is spurious at best. It's never really clearly articulated what that connection would be. And the event of the debate and the event of being president are such disconnected activities. It pains one to try to figure out how the debates prove or indicate whether someone is well suited to serve as president when you think about what the presidential roles and tasks are. What else about dialogue? Dialogue also involves a number of people, like a discussion. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. All right, so then what would you say an argument is? How does argument fit into this, and how does it differentiate itself from that. Put your answers in the Discord. Put your thoughts in the Discord, and we'll start there. And then the next, are you trying to argue with me? Think about that. I'd like to hear your comments in the Discord. Please post them in the classroom channel of the Discord. We'll start a conversation there. Any reactions are fine. If you haven't joined Discord yet, in the syllabus, the instructions on how to join Discord, I won't show it because this is going to be a public video, and Lord knows I love you people watching on YouTube, but you got to pay to get the full classroom treatment. Yeah. We're not giving away the full university class here, but videos are free. Pretty good. So you can watch these on YouTube or on Vimeo. And if you like what I'm doing here, visit my blog at steveyano.com. And for the students, the next time that we, oops, I actually showed the link. The next time that we, the next video will be about the readings from Unit 1. We'll talk about those in some detail, and then I'll try to post as many videos as I can about those different readings so that you can understand them for the class. So think about those 4 terms and how they differentiate. It's very insightful, and it also forces you to define a lot of terms as particular kinds of discourse that we use in a very slippery, very indirect way. And that'll help you kind of nail down what you think argument is now. I'd love to get a sense of what you think argument is now, because when December rolls around, you're going to have a very different sense of what argument is.